6. Limited time offer for prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Trenton Talks. And the name of this program is Today's Topic on Trenton Talks. I'm your host, Jacque Howard, and you're listening live over WIMG 1300 AM and over the internet, WIMG1300.com. And if you're watching, it's via television, WPHY, Channel 25 in Mercer County, New Jersey. Today in the studio is a very lovely and talented Vanity. And yes, folks, that is her real name. And Vanity, what is the correct pronunciation of your last name?
Sabelnik.
Sabelnik. Now, we're going to get into some information about Vanity and her artwork as I continue with this series talking about arts in the local Trenton region, and how arts and culture are what I believe going to be one of the main vehicles to transform a post-industrial city like Trenton, which it's been successful in other places as well, like Rochester, New York, Buffalo, New York, Austin, Texas, Richmond, Virginia, etc. And I am working to, and I'm bringing on people who are also working towards making Trenton more recognized for the arts community that it has here. So, Vanity, welcome to the program.
Hi.
I'm a little speechless, but what we're going to do is, Vanity, just share a little bit about your history, give a brief bio, and then we'll jump into some details about your art.
Okay, I'm 26 years old. I was born in upstate New York. I was raised and grown up in Hamilton, New Jersey. I am a visual mixed medium fine artist, and I like to explain my work as captivating glitz and sultry glamour, because anybody that knows me knows that I use lots of sparkle and glitter in my work.
Fantastic. And can you just share a little bit about how you've been recognized in the region for your work?
It all started off, well, I started doing artwork at the age of 5. Do you want me to get into detail about the past?
Yes.
Okay, I started at around the age of 5. I grew up around 3 older brothers who were all artistic in their own way. My oldest brother, Paul, he actually sat me down and I would watch movies like Splash because I loved mermaids, and he actually, being in high school at the time, he showed me what his art teachers showed him about proportions of the body, face, structure, and whatnot. So I kind of got lucky in that aspect by getting ahead of other people at that age. I used to draw paper dolls of Madison and play with her. So I was always drawing females when I was very young. And then that turned into getting into fashion design. I would do the fashions of Gone with the Wind and Titanic for my Barbie dolls. My mom wouldn't let me use a needle and thread because I was so young, so I'd actually use scissors, put holes in the fabric, cut out strips of cloth, tie them together to make those big poofy skirts. And I remember even that striped dress that Rose wore on Titanic, I actually drew with a Sharpie marker, used a coffee cup for her head. I was thought way outside the box at an early age as far as that's concerned. And then about 4 years ago, I had a crush on my now boyfriend, and he wanted me to draw something for him because while I was bored at work, I drew an eyeball with a Sharpie marker on the post board about all the daily specials, and I guess he was intrigued and thought I had a kind of a talent than all the others there, and I drew him up something, and his reaction really made me think of doing this full-time. Not full-time, but, you know, more than I was, because when I turned 21, I liked to go out and have a good time. Really didn't focus on my art too much, so that kind of sparked my interest in my creativity once again. And then I got a picture framed professionally. I was told about a place in Trenton, which I'll get into later, and I stopped there. It's called Trenton Social on South Broad Street, and I talked to the owner, T.C. Nilsson, and he told me to bring in my work, and I had my first show my first public opened on December 2nd, 2011.
Fantastic. Now, Vanity, can you share something about the encouragement that you've received at a young age from your family, and then as you matured to an adult, from someone who is now your spouse, shall we say? Close to that? Significant other.
My brothers all had a different artistic talent. My brother Paul was probably the most artistic, like my own. He used to do a lot of paintings, charcoal, pastel drawings. My other brother was really into landscaping, which he still is. And my other brother did it as fun, but he was more active, like skateboarding and active sports and arts. I think active sports is an art. Mm-hmm. I can't do any of it, so. Mm-hmm. But that was very inspiring to me. I went to them for help and guidance. You know, I was always involved in art classes in middle school, high school, college. I went to a couple of art classes once I graduated, not for a degree or anything, but just for my own personal knowledge. And then forward about 4 years ago, I drew that picture for my boyfriend now, and since then, being involved with all the activities in our city, he's been nothing but supportive. I couldn't do a lot of it without his help, support, drive. You know, he pushes me to not say no to an opportunity, you know, makes me feel like I'm able to do something, gives me a little bit of a backbone. He's business savvy, you know, he's smart. He's not as naive as I am.
Well, let's do this. Let's stop with him and this. What is his name?
Matt.
Hey, Matt. I hope to see you again very soon. There you go. Kind words from your lovely girlfriend. So, Vanity, you shared a little bit about where you're from and how you got into Trenton. When you came to Trenton Social and started to feel the vibe there, that was, I guess, the growing art scene. How did you? Was it something that you knew immediately? Hey, I've got to get connected here.
Right off the bat, I didn't, because I didn't know that place. I work so much, and I never really go out to have fun. I'm always working, doing my art on the side. But when I had my first show, I guess it's just my natural born PR skills. I promoted so much my event, brought so many people out. You know, I gave little giveaways to my first 50 guests, made a whole 5-hour playlist because music, I love music, and I went above and beyond for it. And the show came out to be a huge success for them, and I was approached by the owner the following week and asked if I would be interested in curating there, helping other artists promote and get their work out there. Because a lot of us are shy, so I like to help. Yeah. I'm shy, but it comes out, I guess, once I get comfortable. So.
All right, good. And you
but
mentioned...
no, it's definitely... It's an awesome venue. It's completely cultural and so many different walks of life. I think it's just a complete positive place. So many different walks of life come out there just to have a good time, express their interests and talents, and it's so many different types. And I've met so many different people and been inspired and motivated by so many people that have been in the art world way longer than I have. So it's definitely encouraging, and I'm grateful to be meeting all these people, especially in you, for allowing me to do this. So I appreciate it.
Well, you are so welcome. And my first experience with you and your artwork was at that opening. Hey. And that's when I first met you. And then TC, who's a friend, he shared some more information about you. And then through the last couple of years since social has been open, I've just seen more and more of you, more and more of your creativity. Your wonderful attitude, and in addition to that, your ability to curate, because you've put on some wonderful shows there, and from what I understand, you're doing full curation. So you're actually doing the booking, the scheduling, etc.
We all help each other out, but yes, I do help the artists hang. Every first Friday, we do have the artist open, where we honor that particular artist. We showcase their work the entire month till the next first Friday, where it comes down at 12 noon. So you have up until the next first Friday to view that artist's work. But every first Friday, we honor that artist from about 7 to about 1:30 a.m., and we just celebrate them, their work. They are able to sell. There's only a 10% commission, which isn't bad for an artist. And, you know, I do help them. TC helps them. We hang, promote them all month long. And it's always a good time.
Fantastic.
It's nice to see old people come in every Friday, every first Friday, and then new faces as well.
Oh,
to
that's
introduce
great.
the people there.
Well, Vanity, we're just about up on a break, so we're just about midway of the program. In the second half of the program, we're going to get more into the actual aesthetic, your work, what it's like, what's your inspiration, etc. But before we do that, what is some contact information that you'd like to share with folks who want to maybe take a sneak peek at your work?
Okay, I don't yet have a professional website up, so I do use Facebook a lot. Instagram, you can find me on Facebook and like my artwork. To see more, it's www.facebook.com/artwork by Vanity Valentina. And you can also see my personal Facebook, and that's Vanity Valentina's artwork. And my Instagram is capped glitz sultry glamour.
Well, let's just stick with the Facebook now. Just search for Vanity Valentina Artwork, and that's on Facebook. And we're just about up on the break. You're listening to today's topic on Trenton Talks, WIMG 1300 AM and WIMG1300.com, and television via WPHY Channel 25 in Mercer County. And I'm speaking with a local artist, Vanity Valentina. She'll get into the whole name later on, but we'll see you just after the break.
Why spend more than you have to on your life insurance? Did you know that term life insurance rates have fallen over 60% in the last 15 years? At the Life Insurance Quote Line, we monitor the rates, features, and financial strength of hundreds of life insurance products. For example, a healthy 40-year-old can protect his family with $500,000 of 10-year level term for less than $20 a month. Rates for women are even lower. And don't forget to ask us about the new term life policies that guarantee your money back even if you don't die. Since 1986, we've helped tens of thousands of people just like you save a fortune on their life insurance. Why not find out how much you can save? Write down this number and call today for your free quote. One 5-minute call is all it takes. Call 800-610-3497. 800-610-3497. That's 800-610-3497. Rates, policy forms, and availability vary by state.
Today's topic on Trenton Talks. I'm Jacque Howard, your host. You're listening to WIMG 1300 on the AM dial and over the internet, WIMG1300.com, and television, WPHY Channel 25 in Mercer County, New Jersey. And I've been speaking with the very talented Vanity Sabelnik.
Yes.
I got it right. Vanity Sabelnik, who is sharing some information about her aesthetic, her craft. She is a local artist who's growing in popularity. Sultry glitz and glam is a way to describe some of your work.
Captivating glitz, sultry glamour.
Captivating glitz, sultry, and glamour. And before the break, Vanity gave out some contact information, mainly focusing on Facebook. That is Vanity Valentina's artwork. But you can also see some of her work at artworkbyvanityvalentina.com, correct?
It's facebook.com/artwork by Vanity Valentina. It's all confusing, I know.
And in addition to that, they can see you paint live?
Yes, every other Tuesday night I paint live at the Trenton Social Club during their open mic nights, hosted by Benny, who is one of their bartenders. And normally I'm actually building for a future show which will be taking place there this December, later this year. Lots of portraits, commission pieces, but if you want to see, my process and how I do things, then that's definitely an opportunity to come out to and see exactly what I do. See me in action.
Yes.
I'll be actually doing that tonight, starting at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. from the WIMG studio live to the Trenton Social at 449 South Broad Street to actually paint live during the open mic night. I'm
going to be doing a very nice couple tonight who have touched me. I love their love. Pat and Pat, we all like to call them.
and that is Patrick and Patricia Hall, two Trenton folks who are doing some wonderful things. So a big hello to both of them, and we'll see you later as well. So Vanity, let's talk specifically about your art.
Okay.
Because when I talk about art, I mean, to me, art is not only the performing arts like singing and playing music, but also horticulture, culinary, different ways. It's all art to me. So can you just tell me like your brand of art, what it is, and how you would explain it?
I like to say I'm a mixed medium fine artist because I use all different textures, materials. I'm definitely known for my use of the glitz and sparkle. I like to use glitter, not glitter paint, but actually powdered glitter. So it's very tedious what I do. Instead of just painting, with my acrylic paints, I also have to paint with glue, put the glitter on top, collect it, put it all again. Everything that I use glitter on, I do at least 3 to 4 coats. So it is very time consuming with the drying and whatnot. I use lots of crystals, fabrics. I'm inspired by fashion, lifestyles, emotions, makeup, hair, girly things. Just love everything. Positive, negative, issues. I'm inspired by it all. Anything that's around me. I do focus mostly on portraits, lots of people. From my own imagination, I do lots of fantasy theme, females, women, really strong, sultry, voluptuous women. But I like to accommodate everybody and, show my appreciation to all different forms and sizes and shapes. They're all beautiful to me.
Yes, something when I first noticed your work, growing up as a comic book fan and always loving the illustration process in comic books, your work, to me, sort of has that not comic book feel, but more like an animated
illustrative
feel.
Yeah,
very illustrative, and you do a really good play on the dimensions, especially on the torsos and so forth. Is there a particular name for that type of technique that you use?
Not that I know of. It's just what I've learned to do, and I challenge myself with almost every single piece. So.
And I also want to say I've seen your creative ability with makeup as well. I've seen you've done some costumey makeup applications as well. Is that just all part of this whole big vessel of Vanity, or is that?
I think in my own way, I used to model myself. I don't really do that anymore. So I think a lot of that, like theatrical aspect of things, comes out in my pieces. I can't personally wear them or do it to myself, so I want to put it on canvas so other people can see. I think that it's like a subconscious kind of way of doing my work.
So if
because I'm inspired by all different things, it's just I personally wouldn't do it to myself, but I can appreciate it at some same aspect. But I do that on my canvases, bring it out to the art.
Now, when I think about your work, and if I were to try to explain it to someone, I would say just imagine was it Jessica Rabbit? Jessica Rabbit to an extent.
I'm actually got commissioned to do a Jessica Rabbit piece.
There we go.
Interesting.
So like a Jessica Rabbit, but with a very specific twist to it. Whereas Jessica Rabbit, I think, is just like, she's voluptuous and she gives off this aura. Whereas like yours, like you said, there's a theatrical element.
I like
to
to go above and beyond. I like to bring clothing, makeup, hair to life. If I could, I'd probably put fake hair on my canvases, but I haven't dabbled with that yet. Maybe look for that to come soon. I like to go above and beyond. My friend commissioned me for a customized piece. She comes from a very strict Indian family. It was a 3x4 foot canvas piece. I envisioned her as Indian royalty. That's what she wanted to be portrayed as. Did my research for costumes, fashion, and whatnot, but I used real peacock feathers, I used real fabrics, I glued over 600 individual Swarovski crystals on her headdress, earrings, necklace, glitter on her outfit, put the fabric on top of it, and painted the back just gold paint. And I used white peacock feathers. A good friend of mine gave me white peacock feathers, which are really rare to come by. So that even upped the royalty factor. Her middle name is Rani, and she, being Indian, that means queen in Hindi. And I named it that. So it all comes together. When somebody comes to me for an idea, I automatically see it in my head. It's just all about having the time to actually bring it to the canvas and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. You had mentioned just about being commissioned to do work.
I love commission pieces.
So can you just explain a little bit about what that process is?
Mm-hmm.
And let me give you a little history where I'm coming from. Several of the artists who I bring on, they talk about how we can start sharing the importance of art and one-of-a-kind art, as opposed to, instead of buying a pair of sneakers or some clothing that may wear out, you're actually investing into something. Can you just share your opinions on that?
Yes, I like to say to a lot of people, because I do focus more on portraits, I mean, I can do children and pets and stuff and whatnot, but everybody has a 4x6 inch photograph of themselves, of them and their spouse, of them and their friend, of them themselves. I say that a piece of art ups that important, and you'll have this for the rest of your life on the wall, displayed larger than a 4x6. It has a lot more meaning because the artist puts a lot more time into it, focus. I say stalking kind of because I stalk their photos, because I do use photos as my reference. I don't have the person sitting right in front of me, just too busy schedules and whatnot. But I think, art can touch anybody anyway. It's very rewarding for me that the things that I come up from, like from the top of my head, my fantasy themed portraits, when somebody connects with that one piece that I didn't make for somebody, that means the world to me, that you felt that when I was like, what I just made, you felt it. You want that to belong to you. Commissions, I love making commissions because I like to think outside of the box. Just the way I said that I make styles on canvas that I wouldn't necessarily do, I like to do that for individuals too. Something that they may not do on a daily basis but like and appreciate, I like to create that theme for them in their portrait and whatnot. Make it fun. I did a little girl's portrait. She likes pink and purple, made a cotton candy theme, heart in back of her with her little dog, glitter, crystals, and she loves it. So it's cute. And the glitter catches your eye. The glitter itself has a personality on its own, so that's another reason I chose that medium. And I wanted to find a medium that I didn't really see being done, and I want to make it my own. And
indeed, I would say that you have. I think that what you're doing is something that you're not going to find anywhere. And folks, I would say if you're looking to buy some original art, jump on Vanity before she gets a little bit too expensive.
This is what I love to do. I truly love to do this. I do other things like serve, I curate, I am a coordinator and a visual artist for an event company called Ambience Artistry. I want to give a little shout out really quick. It's a one-stop entertainment company. Go see me on www.ambienceartistry.com if you want to check that out as well. And definitely feel free to contact me. Any ideas? I want to do this forever, and hopefully make this my main, source of income, and just it's what I love to do. And well, I love when people can appreciate my style.
Sure. We're almost done with the program, but share something about your future projects. When I say future, I don't mean 5 years. I mean like the next 6 months or so. What do you have in the hopper?
Well, just later this month, I have an event for Ambience Artistry. If you want to find out more about that, please contact me. It's on the 28th of this month. I'm continuing to paint live every other Tuesday. I'm associated with Philly Raw, natural born artist. I have a free showcase to showcase anywhere in the country. I haven't decided what state I want to do that for. I have the show in December, and I'm just constantly doing commissions and whatnot. So that keeps me busy, and then taking care of everyday responsibilities as well.
Now, do you have a studio that you operate out of, or is everything private right now?
Private. Put a blanket over my dining room table, and I work on top of that, make a mess, and clean it right back up.
Fantastic.
And bring it back out.
So for the listening and viewing audience, I've been speaking to Vanity. If you do a Google search, you can look Vanity Valentina artwork or Vanity artworks. I would say if you put Vanity Trenton, her information is going to pop up. You can follow her on Facebook. Are you a Twitter fan as well?
I am on Twitter, but I use Instagram a little more.
Okay.
I should use Twitter, though.
And
I got to get back into the networking.
Okay. And you can also find her every other Tuesday beginning tonight at the Trenton Social, 449 South Broad Street.
I don't bite. I'm very welcoming.
Yes.
Approach me anytime.
And she does a wonderful job. And the bubbly personality that you hear over the radio, it's very infectious. When you meet her in person, she's got a wonderful personality and an awesome design aesthetic on top of that.
Thanks to anybody who has, appreciate what I do. It means a lot from the bottom of my heart. Anybody that picks up about what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, folks, before we say goodbye to Vanity, I just want to say again that I've been showcasing artists in the local community in Trenton again with the idea that arts can be one of the main vehicles to transform post-industrial cities like Trenton into a new revitalized city. Trenton has a lot in common with cities like Richmond, Virginia, Buffalo, New York, Austin, Texas. So just give that some thought. And there's a lot of events that are coming up regarding arts. So just get yourself plugged in. US 1 newspaper just did an article on arts. Vanity is a photograph featured in there along with the Trenton Social.
Trenton Social is a place where when you're there, you don't feel like you're in Trenton.
That's correct. So, folks, you've been listening to Trenton Talks, and it's today's topic on Trenton Talks, and this has been WIMG1300.com, WIMG1300 on the AM dial, and WPHY Channel 25 in Mercer County. Vanity, thank you. And
thank
fans,
you.
Good night.
Today's topic on Trenton Talks is a program that deals with the topics that are important to you. Today's topic on Trenton Talks can be heard every Tuesday night on 1300 WIMG at 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. and can be seen on WPHY 25. This is a service of WPHY Channel 25 and the Morris Broadcasting Company.